Assalamualaikum and hello again. Welcome to another session of JJ Table Talk. What do I have to say? I never thought I'll be talking about this topic in my series of JJ Talks. It's something personal today, and it's something that I would like to share the journey of losing somebody that you love. My eldest brother recently passed away. He was gone after struggling with an illness for so long, and he moved from one town to another town to seek treatment. And for 7 of his last months, he was undergoing a different treatment in another location. And suddenly we got news that we had to go and see him immediately, and suddenly he was gone. So, what is bereavement? Bereavement, something is the way that I see it is like losing someone that you love, and there's no way to avoid this sense of loss because there's a lot of intense feelings with grief, and something that all of us will go through in life. It is like a grief, a mourning experience following the death of someone that's close to you or someone that you love. And virtually all of us go through it. Losing someone is really one of the most important or most painful experience that you can ever endure. Whether it's your parents, a close friend, a member of the family, a loved one, your spouse, death of a loved one is indeed overwhelming. You can experience waves of intense and very difficult emotions, ranging from profound sadness, emptiness, despair, grief. Sometimes you can say numbness and a bit of shock. Whatever the circumstance that you experience, the loved ones, the death of a loved one is something that is you cannot avoid. It's all in the hands of God. And so what does it mean to lose somebody that is close to you? Well, it's just that for me, knowing my abang is elder brother. I come from a sibling of 7. I'm closer to my abang because age difference of only 2 years. The sense of bereavement started way back when I was younger, at a young age, losing my grandparents, both maternal and paternal. And then, of course, members of the family, aunties, uncles, and then came my father, followed by my husband, mother, and 2 other brothers who passed away in my life. In between that, also we had uncles, aunties, and members of the family. We have come from a big family that passed away. And I also had dear friends and colleagues who worked with me, and they passed away. So the sense of loss is greater as we grow up and as we age. And I like to share that journey with you because when you're close to someone and you grew up together, for me and my abang, it was always us because those days, we had nothing to distract our relationship or bonding, no interference, because all we had was stay at home and we had all the physical outdoor activities, and at night we have storytelling, that sort of thing. And I grew up with my brother, with my grandparents, as my parents had to go overseas, my father had to study, and going through both primary and secondary school together. When somebody sent us to school and fetched us from school, and it's like being together for such a long time. And my other siblings, my other sisters, my three sisters, they were much younger and probably didn't know, they do not know Abang as well as I know him. And over the years, the bond is kind of it's kind of mixed because sometimes we meet, sometimes we don't, and because our career path um, was not parallel in time of being close together. And then again, when my sister-in-law passed away after a few years of marriage with my brother, that was another tragic loss for me because I was very close with my sister-in-law. And I owe actually this grief period to my children. You know that I'm a person in public. I do not really show my grief, and I will grieve or cry badly alone, back in my own room. And my children know this, and they are kind of worried to see me having this intense emotions. And each one of them took turns to be close to me. And my youngest told me, Mom, you know the masteries, apply the masteries now because it would help you over this grieving period. And I thought over it, and as I reflected over that period of grief, and true enough, learning the masteries as a coach really helped me in terms of overcoming my personal grief. What do I mean by this? Let me share with you what I went through, going, reflecting, um, or overcoming this strong emotion that I have with me. For example, like um, definitely I have to take care of my food and my rest because that's important. I shouldn't let it affect my health. But what is important is to allow myself to feel this um, grief that comes in waves, and sometimes uh, follow. I cannot follow a strict timer when I can cry or not cry. And then I had to postpone major decisions, especially my work. And I made a call to my mentor to ask that I be allowed to have this period of bereavement and time off from work. And what I needed right now is to lean on support. What do I mean by this? When I say lean for support, having people around me who are good listeners and kind of consider comfort during this period of grief. So it is important that I'm sure a lot of us go through these moments of losing somebody close to you. And to me, it is important that having the right support, the right people with you makes a difference. Why I say that? Because during this period of bereavement, I realized that we shouldn't be alone. Uh, this is where we need friends and family, and focus on those who are good listeners. Because if they talk, they are not addressing the need that you want. You just need somebody to listen to whatever you want to share with them. And by seeking support, it's not like uh, how should I say it? Not that you lose somebody that you love, but uh, be around people, other people who care and can provide comfort and help. That's what I mean. And kind of ease that burden that I should say I have. And this is somewhat small steps to healing. When I talk about this, I want to say something important in the sense like uh, when we care so much for someone or we know somebody that is close to you, what comes to my mind is that such words like the hardest part of losing somebody is not so much the funeral, it's not the phone calls, it's just watching that the world continue like nothing has happened. People still laughed, morning will still come. Somehow we are expected to move on. The cruel thing about losing somebody that you love is that life keeps going. The world will not pause. Nobody will dim the lights. Life just continues. So when I lost my eldest brother, to me, it means that we have a chat group, a family chat group, and it means that I will never receive his messages again in the chat group, in the family chat group, in the siblings group. I won't hear his voice again. There's no more good morning messages. There's no more words of wisdom. The world feels normal. For what is lost, it is only to me, not the others. So this is something like I feel that all of us, no matter how we feel at this moment of time, it is important that we keep our self occupied, be with those who care and love you, and I guess we focus on close family and friends. There will be a lot of support group from others, but family is the only people who can really understand the meaning of this loss. And in a different way, what comes to my mind right now is that when you hear a family member or a friend who is not well, do not delay, just visit them. It could be the last time that you ever hear or see this person. If you have any anger or grudges against anyone, just let go because life is precious. And when the loss comes, you can't take back all those emotions with that person. All you need to do is life moves on. All right, friends, believe in what is going on. To Him we come and to Him we go back. Salam from JJ.